All right, folks, we are back. Folks, we are going to now fly leg number two, Berlin Tegel over to Hamburg. And again, we're going to stay off at Sim. We had a lot of troubles yesterday with ZIBO. And it all boiled down to flap axis numbers and all of that. And none of that makes sense to me. But hey, that's what ZIBO wants. That's what we have to do to make it work properly. And folks, when it works properly, which it up until that flight, flawless, 4 years. Um, wow, what a plane! So, but today we are going to stay offline. We're going to fly from Berlin Tegel now over to Hamburg and get some hamburgers in Hamburg. I know that joke just probably goes way too many times, and probably should have just stayed where I thought it. All right, let me. Oh, we don't need to change anything on the stream. Okay, cool, because we're going to Hamburg. So, all right. So let's brief this up real quick, and then we're going to actually be doing a lot more work than we have in the past. Now, 143 feet a minute, folks, on the landing into Tegel. YouTubers, that's the other video. This is a brand new video. We're starting up from here, taking us over to Hamburg. Streamers on Twitch, we're just continuing. So you just had to, I just wanted to take it through and then bring it back up for YouTube. Eventually, my goal, folks, and I'm not sure how this will work or what, is to dual stream, meaning when I hit start streaming, it goes out to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So I'm not certain how that's going to be taken. But anyway, today we're actually recording. So we have the stream going in Twitch, and we're running a recording into MP4 format that will then upload into YouTube. Time consuming on my part, but it is. And I don't edit. So, in case there was something in there, something came up or anything, y'all can see it unedited. All right, now I have some toolkit up here. As you can see, 165 feet a minute on the last landing. Stand by. We'll go through that last landing real quick. Sorry for those that aren't catching it. You'll get it on the beginning here. Real quick, 165 feet a minute. Boy, that landing felt so much better than last night's. But then we had asymmetrical flaps, other issues pounding at us. Oh gosh, literally the flight from hell. Satan was definitely, boy. But it happens sometimes, folks. So anyway, the last flight was an hour and 17 minutes long, 230 miles, and just about 1,800 pounds or kilos of fuel. So really good numbers. 126 was our goal. 128, folks. Remember, no ILS. All we had was the magenta line to follow and using the autopilot to get us into position. All right, so that was pretty cool. Let's see how that translated. This ought to be interesting. You know what? Just like on X plane, X marks the spot where we landed. Literally, folks, we landed on that X. So that's awesome. Well, it won't tell us because obviously the airport's not in service, but I can tell you by the hash marks, folks, they're 500 feet apart. 15, just over 2,000 feet down I think it's a 10,000 foot runway. Does it even say that? No. So it is closed, both runways, the whole airfield is closed. We're just using it for Pan Am. Like I said, folks, if this would have been bad weather or where we really needed that instrument approach, we are authorized to go over to Brandenburg. the new Berlin airport. Identified Echo Delta Delta Bravo. All right, so there's the quick recap from there. Let's head out to the dashboard real quick. Yeah, that doesn't do yesterday much justice, folks. That was a hard, difficult landing. Watch it, feel free to, and it was it was a it was challenging. I mean, it definitely threw a lot of things at me. All right, so here's today's now the new flight. Here's what we're. Oh, it's actually not what I've got pulled up for a chart. Okay, we'll get that squared away. No biggie. So here's what it looks like. There's our aircraft. We're going to fly now. Again, offline. Even if this drops, we're staying offline. Not fair, folks. That's just not fair for the controllers, and all, who rightfully will need a break. For me to go, oh, I'm just going to come back up online now. No. And if time permits, like I said, folks, we may fly back to Tegel from here. All right, so today's flight, 157 people. Ooh, that would be rough to try to get into a 737-200. Payload of 31,400. We're block fuel at 13,506. And numbers to me look so much better than they did. Because I didn't do one step that I should have with the airline. And note to self, we'll do it next time. All right. So, weather, no weather at Tegel. We have to use Brandenburg's weather. That's the closest we have. They're calling it clear visibility. Okay, north wind 20, gusting or north wind. Let me try this again. North northeast wind to north 020 at 12. Temps 20 and nothing significant being reported. We have to use them even though they're probably better than 15 miles away from our current location. Mind you, Tempelhof is between us that we were talking about. Okay, hang on a second here, folks. There we go. Now things will feel better to me. All right, now, again, we're not coming on VATSIM. So you can kind of see our routing here. We're going to use the BKD 7 Tango to BKD. That's not the departure I think I have. Again, I don't have a chart to show you. Um, um, and then there's the route. Now, you can see we got a little bit of a racetrack to fly into Hamburg, so ought to be fun. Ought to be fun. All right, let's go ahead, get rid of this, and let's get in the aircraft and get up there and get one last look. All right. Okay, so we have set the plane up during the music, the down, the up, back to where we normally start a flight. However, this time, as unlike last time, I have to go through it all here online. So we're just going to click down one. APUs are off now. Okay. Currently, we are going for 28,000. I'll set 29 here. And hang on a second. Unload and load. I wonder how this will work. Okay, starts from BKD. All right, got it. Works for me. Works for me. Um, currently looks like runway 33 is going to be our arrival runway. About a 7 knot crosswind on it. All right, so, all right, we'll deal with that in a moment. Oh, but I did want Hamburg's altitude is 53. Okay, and we're ready to commence. All right, so standby power batteries are on. Now, if they were actually turning this plane, changing crews, there's a good chance they'd flip the batteries off, leaving it. Just in case the ground power unit cuts out, it wouldn't drain the battery. Pretty expensive to replace. Okay, we're on ground power. Go up top here real quick. Flight recorder. Bear with. Good tests. Oxygen's good. EECs are on. Reversers closed. Everything's off. Good test. ELT's armed. Align, align. Make sure, folks, you set heading and status here. That's telling you 9 minutes. Now 8 minutes till the alignment is complete. Gives you an idea ballpark wise. Now, there are settings in that EFB to take it long. And you ought to go in there and look at them. They're pretty interesting to see. All right, by putting them to nav, once the alignment ends, they go right into nav and your gauges come up. You don't have to come back up other than to move it back to position. All right, now, coming on down. Okay, cabin IFE are on, normal, closed, set. Now, the reason I turned that off, let's see here. Did the jetway pull back yet? Oh, didn't even close the door. Okay. Hang on. Let's get in here, close that door. For the airside services to work like we want them to here in a few minutes, we need everything closed up. That was my bad. I forgot about that part. Okay, dawn on. Okay, we're good. All right. Window heat. Okay, so back up here. Pitot heat's off. And window heat's on. Okay. Now, let's come down. Get us aligned. All right, EDDT. EDD. Whoop, whoop, whoop. H. All right, folks. Sorry, just talking with the wife about the little whippersnapper and making sure, you know, if she needs help, that I'm available. Okay, now we've got our alignment, position ref. Let's go ahead, get us to where we are ready to input our route, but we won't be able to start the APU as of yet. We're pretty close, but not able. Okay, so probe heat's off, anti-ice, hydraulics are off, engines are on, fuel pumps all off, trim air still on, isolation valves in the open position, recirculators in the auto, packs are in the auto, APU bleed currently off. All right, now this is where, hang on, and we've got our cruise and landing altitude set. Let's get our aircraft loaded. Okay, now this is where what they've done and kept it free boggles my mind. Okay, 157 passengers, ZFW at 126,443, and they're going to put that looks good. Activate, good deal. Here comes the jetway in. In a moment, you'll hear him say, got the fuel line or something like that hooked up. Now, I've been told I need to go look at this, the character they have. Now, one thing, we are not loading yet. Now, it won't at the moment, but once we go to the no smoking to auto or on, then they will start loading people. All right, but we're going to continue on here real quick. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set us to plan. All right, so let's request it. If you have a SimBrief account, again, read the manual. I don't want to miss a step. It's really simple to set up, but folks, my gosh, what a tool ZIBO has given us, both over here off the EFB and right here. Activate, execute. Okay, it's already got our departure in, but we're going to verify. Mainly so I can make sure I have the chart. Oh, I do have it. Okay. What did we call it? The eight left. Okay. BKD 7 Tango. Which one? 7 Tango. This one. Okay. So that way I can make sure we're lined up. Okay, now by putting it in plan, folks, execute, execute, all right. We can go to legs and we can now follow it.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Perfect, thank you. Let's get that APU on. Okay, let's step off the flight plan real quick. Takes a few minutes for the APU. The first officer I wish could handle it, but not there. 804, FADEX, ASIC, VIBIS, out to BKD. All right, it looks good there. Now from BKD, I can bring charts in. Hang on. All right, so all right, we're stepped, looking good so far. We're up to war up, and now we're starting in on the arrival. Hang on, we're gonna just do it this way. All right, the arrival for today is runway 33, and it looks like an RNAV is all we have available. Um, all right, so let's look at that real quick. So we're going to come up 832. Wait a minute. Well, we're going to go, wait a minute, what are we doing here? Warist to south. We'll cut it off here at 832, go over and do our thing there, okay? That's what's got me all messed up here. Okay, 857, 858, Sosic, right on in. Okay, so let's take a look. And there it is. And all we got to do is hit execute. All right. So you can see I'm going to actually bring it down one notch. See how that does. Oh, much better. Okay, so there you have it, folks. So we're going to fly RARUP DH 829, 830, 31, 32, cut over to 857, and then fly the RNAV in. All right, we'll check it here real quick. The sad thing is we have to go back. Next page, there we go. And 829, 830. Everything looks good, folks. I don't see discontinuities. Out to Hamburg, where we hold. All right, we're back to our beginning point. Now, what I'm going to do is let the passengers aboard. Everything else is loaded. And we're going to get our numbers here real quick. Sim toolkit's back up because I want to use SimBrief. It's so much easier here. Click there. There's our flight. See it there. Go up here to takeoff perf. Yeah, believe it or not, folks, they actually have it in here. Isn't that amazing? But yet, not over on the other side. Numbers, okay, so we're DTO2 slash 45 flaps 5 144 147 53. Got it. Okay, so that's our numbers, folks. No, they're not. All right. Sometimes they'll say that, folks, and sometimes they're actually not on board. I just checked, they're only at 12%. Perfect. Okay, so we got our routing in. Next up, go back to route, go to init, click load request. Looking for a zero fuel weight of about 126.4 when we get the queue to load. Okay. Fuel reserve for this flight. Where are you? Dang it. Oh, there it is. 4.97, 8.3. So we'll just go 8.3. 13.5, correct? Yes. What we planned. Okay. Flight level 280 is what we're intending. Okay, give it a chance to reset everything. Now, dang. It's like half the people are already gone. Wow. Like disintegrated. Okay, that isn't going to help us. I'm trying to figure out how we can get Brandenburg without ADIS being online. Oh well, we'll just go with 5 and not worry about it. Actually, I'll put 6,000. What I'm looking for was the transition level, which is fine. We'll go next. Okay, whoops, wrong next. Previous. N1. All right, so we told our chart told us. Let me make sure. TO2 45. Okay. Climb 2. All right. Next page. I'm just going to go right to page 2. Runway winds. .090 at 6. We'll go with that. I don't know if SimBrief or SimToolkit will have a slope. Nope. You know what? Let's do it. U 0.1 diagonal. Seven nine. Next, click for the CG. Everything looks good. We're going flaps 5. Okay, our numbers were 144, 147. Wow, how do you get a slower rotate? Okay, yeah, again, it is a closed airfield. That's funny. And 153. This is a progression I would expect, not 139 for a rotate when 140's V1. Let's not get confused. Okay, and we should be just about loaded. Give me a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, front flight deck, we'd like to add our welcome board. anticipate possibly some light bumps or some choppy airs. We climb out as a precaution, keep our flight attendants seated for a few minutes, make sure we know, what that ride's going to be like before they get up. Also appreciate it if everyone would remain in their seats during that time. Thanks for being with us today.
The seatbelt sign is on. Please be seated and fasten your seatbelt.
Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until all carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed.
Still
and all
loading.
passengers are seated.
Believe it or not. Okay, so we got all of our data there. Now, let's put it up here in the FMC or the control panel. 153 will be 163. 079er. 28. Okay, we're all set up here. Auto brakes are good. Down 3 green, flaps up. Okay, and we're ready to go, folks. Just waiting on passengers.
Flight slow. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Obstacle. Obstacle. Pull up. Airspeed low.
Just about filled up there, folks. Alright, we're waiting on them to close the doors now. Like I said, we could go online, but that just blows my mind away.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boarding door is not closed. Flight attendants prepare doors for departure. Cross check, fair price jab, stand by for all calls.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Alright. That's our cue, folks. Here we go. Alright. APUs are on. Flight directors, auto throttle, and yaw damper now on. Okay, we're ready to go as soon as the pushback tug gets up here. Why did it do that? Interesting. Try this again. Okay. All right, folks, hang on a second. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty. Uh, I'll get it right here in a second, folks. Hang on. Oh, I think I know what I did wrong. There we go, folks. Sorry for that delay. Operator error up in the cockpit. Yeah, you know how that goes. Yeah, you got to bid on the flight before the ACAR system will accept it. It's been a while since I've done back-to-backs, and this one's a little particular. But that's okay. We got it worked on, we got it fixed, and I think we're ready to go. Let's go ahead, welcome in the rest of our folk.
Anticipate possibly some light bumps or some choppy airs. We climb out as a precaution, keep our flight attendants seated for a few minutes. Make sure we know, what that ride's going to be like before they get up. Also appreciate it if everyone would remain in their seats during that time. Thanks for being with us today.
Let's do it. All right, ground, we're ready to push.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Hamburg. Hamburg is where I want to go.
Ground to cockpit. Toes driving up.
All right, so sorry about that, folks. Just call it a senior moment. Yeah, he's having one too. I think that was Dallas Fort Worth. Anyway. Oh, sorry, folks. Hope y'all are ready to go to Hamburg, because I sure am. 46 minutes on the ground because of a pilot error. But we are raring and ready to go. We got to get the engines fired up during pushback. One last check.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Awesome. Clear to connect. Jetway is back. Good. And cones are away. Good. Again, folks, welcome aboard. We're flight 2 now. This is going to be flight 6. Oh, that is not telling me. Huh. Wonder why. Well, we'll go the old-fashioned way. 607 service from Tegel to Hamburg.
And bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, stand by. Brakes released.
Starting pushback, and you may
Face
start the
north.
engines.
Cleared start. Alright, first thing you gotta do, of course, make sure your bleed's on. All your... And we'll start up number 2 again. Just like before, folks, 17 to 25% you can move your fuel lever to idle. Alright, number 2 is started. Let's get number 1 cranking.
Operation complete. Please set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by. Tower is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. I'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Alright, better pushback. Thank you so much for a great pushback. Also for the fact that you're free for us in the flight sim community. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you next time. And what he's doing there, folks, is showing they have your pins. And that way you know you're safe. Isaac the drummer, you're back. Has a busy end of the workday. All right, let's finish up ours. Get this second flight in. Okay, so probe heat's off. We're not going to need any ice. Get the packs back on. Okay. APU bleed is off. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry about banging my headset like that, folks. APU is shutting down. All right. Taxi lights. Take off. Actually, let me set trim. Okay. And at the same time, do our systems. This way I can verify no ZIBO issue. Yesterday when we did this, the flaps were going all over the place. Okay. Flaps to 5. And we're ready to taxi. Auto brake on. Terrain on. Weather on. And TCAS. Alright, here we go. Not expecting traffic because we're not online. Another interesting thing I learned about Tegel, all of that across the runways there, folks, that's military. I did not know that. Now, we could have taken off 8 right. It's a shorter runway, and that's why I chose not to. So it's 7,900. It's 8,000 feet. Plenty of runway for us, but you know it's always nice to have that extra 8,000 or extra 1,000 to deal with. I may have to try to look this up on Google, see if the airfield itself is still there. Now, granted, if it's in a serviceable condition after 5, 6 years of non-use, that would really surprise me. Um, but the concrete, I would assume, would probably be fine. Um, so we'll see. I'm going to look though. Now I just want to get to Hamburg. It took a little longer there because of that little glitch that this guy had. Alright, here we go. This time we're going to be ready. Okay, auto brakes reject. Turn off lights are on. ATC is on Terra. We've got our runway heading in. Lights will be turned on. We're going to blank the lower display. Okay, and arm. Okay, we'll get it in flight. That should have nothing to do with LNAV. Alright, so we're on taxiway SW. Wonder if that's really what it was. Somehow, I doubt it. You know, it would have been neat to fly the sims back with these older airports. JFK with the Pan Am World terminal, Tegel and Tempelhof, Kaitak. Now, granted, I know there are sims out there with these airports still fully intact. I also know Microsoft used to not have Kaitak prior to the new sim that's out there right now. So it's just kind of neat. Kaitak is a very interesting approach. They don't call it the checkerboard for any reason, folks. Alright, Tegel traffic, Clipper 607 departing 8 left. Alright, last check here before the runway. RTO, flaps 5. Spoilers down, and RT, got it. Alright, here we go.
Cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Alright, clear for takeoff, cabin's ready, flaps set, we're ready to go. Time on. ready to go. Airspeed's alive, verified.
E1. Rotate. Positive rate. $1,000.
Oh. Sorry for the bouncing out there. Let me get that sound reined in. Okay, everything appears okay. That was a little hairy carry takeoff. Wow. I chose correctly. Okay. And let me look at my chart. Okay, that didn't go 100% as planned, but hey, we're airborne and on our way, folks. So, like I said, this is the last leg of what we have planned today. Got a late jump, a lot going on with the little 5-month-old that took some time getting squared away, sorted out, and ability to stream. Oh, and I did not change. By the way, folks, I just noticed in our title, let me check. Okay, now I have it on the stream. I just didn't put it in stream elements. I'll explain here in a second. I'm doing it right now. Yeah, right before going on. Well, couldn't miss it. Uh-oh. She is. Oh, ooh, wrong letter. Hang on, let me hit save. Boom. The 5-month-old, we're just talking about you. We had to do some things, folks, to make sure everything's covered here. I don't want the wife feeling like she has to do everything. And you're going to drink a bottle outside again? Ooh, Miss Rachel. All right, folks. Well, the first officer came up to say hi. Good morning. Okay, afternoon. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, jump. Were you jumping earlier? Jumping, jumping, jumping.
She got in her exerciser and she had herself turned to the TV and she's watching this virtual like this because she couldn't figure out how to turn her body, so she was just going upside down.
You're crazy.
It was funny.
Yes, you. You're crazy. Okay. If you didn't hear what the CEO, the missus, was saying, folks, that's actually funny. Our 5-month-old, so that right there should give you, perspective. Was in her little bouncer thing that she can bounce up and down. She loves jumping. That may be a 5-month-old thing, I don't know. But anyway, my wife turned on Miss Rachel, which is, for those of you with youngsters, know she is a huge sensation on YouTube. And the poor kid was facing away, well, body facing away from the TV, but her head straining backwards to see her. Because if you didn't hear her, she does obviously at this age doesn't know how to turn her body to watch TV. Doesn't understand that yet. So anyway, I know I just bored you for a couple of minutes, but it's always neat to see what these little tykes, how they, begin to figure out, hey, these are my hands in front of me, and what are these things on them, these fingers? Watching them figure it out over time, and then moving on, how they just, it really does make you wonder what's going on in the noggin, the brain up there of these as they develop. So, speaking of which, let's turn that off so we can actually accelerate. It's just interesting to watch. They are amazing, these, you know, youngins, these little, I guess, I don't know if she at the age you call a toddler yet, 5 months, but it's amazing to just watch that little mind start processing whatever is in front of her. What the world is that? And then for her to sit in my lap here and see all the course the different colors we have on the flight sims and all versus my wife's very dull, very spreadsheet looking computer. But it is just neat to watch how they process everything. So, all right, folks, we'll continue on to Hamburg. We just made the turn at BKD, I believe, and we are on our way. Oh, no, we have not. All right, we're headed up to Askix, and then Vibus, and then BKD. So we're working our way there to Hamburg, folks, but weather is beginning to be an issue, so. Let's do something. Oh, I'm going to show you something here, too. Hang on a second. Wing lights off. Short flight. Seatbelts off. All right, folks. Now you saw. Hang on. Let me do this again. Now, normally, most of you are going, wait a minute. There's only 2 switches. Where's the other 2? Okay, what you have to do. Now, I do not know if this equates to PMDG or not. So, ZIBO only is all I'm going to say right now. Again, click over here to customize. Realism? Nope. Let me try. Landing lights. Okay, currently I'm in LED, and yes, they're pulsing. Oh, I hate that. Halogen, no pulse. And yes, and save. So hopefully you caught all of that, folks. You go to your config, your displays, your exterior, boom, there they are. You can see a lot of what you can do. Now, Pan Am being closing its doors probably as the 737NG models began to emerge, and I believe the 800 might have been on the market by 92. If not, anyway. So you have a whole different, you got these winglets, air stair, satcoms that you can go in and set. Some of these you have to restart it to see, others you won't. You've got a whole lot of things here, folks. This one, I don't understand what it's all about. Ground power cable. That's what I actually thought was the initial issue that I was having when I had the external power issue yesterday. I just don't get it. And even reading the manual as and hey guys, you're rightfully so. I tell people that all the time too. I was going through it. None of it in the couple of the areas that I ended up made sense. So that's why I just broke down and followed the maker's lead, so to speak. All right, so we got an RNAV approach ahead of us, folks. That was one thing I wanted to show. Hang on. Oh boy. Auto flight. All right. So, a lot of this I don't know. This area I don't get. LPV, I don't get IAN, none of that. So if you're trying to shoot specific things in here, folks, that might be a place to look. And again, another reason why I chose not FatSim. These frame rates are a bit concerning. .32 I'm fine with. Do those all the time. But if you go into JFK with weather and a handful of people or a little bit more online, you're going to be under 20 pretty quick. And that's a lot of aircraft, folks. It's not just ZIBO. It's a lot. It's probably my system. Um, so just that's why I'm very concerned about frame rates for across the pond. So because I don't want to get into something like that and you know have frame rates be the issue. Oh, top of descent's right ahead of us. Ah, why'd you guys let that sneak up on me? Oh, wow. I did not expect it that quick. I guess I got used to out of for Berlin. Um, what are we setting here? Uh, 11 and 4. Let's set, hang on, 4,000. Okay, we're set. We're down to 6 miles. So this time, okay, last time we went this route, set our transition level, did our descent request, all of that from here. I'm just going to click it here. And I will be right back, folks. All right, folks. Sorry about that. Was thirsty and haven't gone to the restroom in a while. Oh, I was kind of hurting. I didn't realize how long I'd been going. All right, let's get some weather here. All right, 040 at 4, KVOC. This is 35 minutes old, ATIS, and do what now? When passing 2,000 foot, monitor Unicom. Huh. That is the first time I think I've ever seen that in a VATSIM ATIS. Interesting. Interesting. Hang on a second. Why? Ah, that would be why no center in the area. Okay, everything makes sense now. So they're saying once you're through 2000, then go to Unicom. Wow. Well, it's like, I think I figured out like 2 hour difference. So it's like 9, 10, 11:30 there. So I guess, yeah, I guess we could give them a little slack. Still, this is still unusual. Frankfurt is just loaded for bear. Same with Munchkin, Munich. We're not Munchkins. Oh, man. Oh, hearing that now and what just went through my mind, I would have loved to have used back then. I'll be nice. All right, folks, we're coming in. I'm glad you all hung in there. Were with us. Hope you enjoy this arrival, and we'll be on the ground here. Oh, I don't know, since I didn't put the overlays up. Let's use the other one for now. What the heck? Oh, what did I do? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Oh well. All right, folks. Yeah, I just figured out why. Oh, what the heck is going on here? Try that one more time. Oh, I think I know. There we go. All right, that way at least you have some frame of reference on time and all. My bad, folks. Yeah, that all changed a lot of things. And see, now you have the what a lot of you are used to. And again, folks, we're not online. We're testing some things with ZIBO on my end, not theirs. And still doing some kind of testing with Pan Am Virtual, folks. If you are looking for a great airline to join, hey, I speak, look no further. Pan Am is really uh, interesting. Add to the, first off, by joining Pan Am, you're in Pan Am, and you can expect the 1985 schedule. 1961 we're going to begin working on here soon, so the 707s can fly on schedules. But also on top of that, plus we fly the aircraft to the most part that flew for Pan Am before they went down in 1990 or 92. Um, but also with that ability, you have TWA. Now I know aviation aficionados are going, "Oh my gosh, yeah, you got oil and water right there, folks. Don't mix." Not TWA and Pan Am. But you get to fly them. And TWA is more up to date. You have the 800, the Airbus 320, plus the known TWA jets, the 72, the 75, 76, 74s, and the Mad Dogs. So, pretty much an airline for everybody. Now, if you also like to fly digital combat, they have a wing squadron slash whatever they call it over on DCS for air combat, and on occasion call upon us at Pan Am Virtual to move them from point to point. So, from theater to theater. So, give it a try there, folks. It's crew.papaalpha-alpha-virtual.com. Crew.papaalpha-alpha-virtual.com. That's crew.paavirtual.com. All right, we are approaching Hamburg. Maybe we can see it out the wing. Uh, Not certain. Should be. Oh, barely. Right about there, folks. And yes, we have thunderstorms in the area. Although, interestingly enough, they are not showing up. Well, kind of, sort of. Maybe. Kind of looks more like radar echo returns, not weather returns, like the weather radar uh, not acting right. All right. Hang on. Okay. Barometric pressure here. 1031. All right. And speed brakes are going down. All right, folks, this is one of those type of approaches that I think if I turn that stuff on, it will actually
1,000 to
grab.
go.
Let's look at that real quick. Uh, and they disappeared. Ooh, nice lightning ahead of us. Yeah, it looks like no. Okay, let's get the spoilers. They are armed. Okay.
1,000 to go.
I really wish. is our runway? 33, 12,000 feet long. Okay. Ah, that would make sense. Okay. All right, we are just about there, folks. Kind of dragging our feet a little bit. This turned into a lot longer than I'd expected. All right, descent engines going. All right, we are just about. We got um, 858, then SOSAC, and then we land. All right, folks. I was trying to figure out what was going on in my yard outside. All right, we're going to descend until we see the runway. All right, flap set, brakes this time set. Spoilers armed, gear 3 green down. Looking for the runway.
2,500.
I got it. All grab the plane. Again, 3 green, flaps 30, cleared to land, 3-3. Alright, here we go, folks.
Thousand feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Okay, we are landing, folks.
Approaching minimums. 400. Minimum. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. 80 knots.
Welcome to Hamburg, folks. I would have never guessed that for the landing rate. Roger, taxi to the terminal. Clipper 607. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little whirlwind we did. Um, Been a little fun. Let's be honest, it was actually kind of fun. Taking the 737 800 through its paces. Um, Coming into the terminal here. Again, folks, think about it. If you're into and looking for a virtual airline to join, I mean, the biggest rule we have here is we try to fly as close as we can to aircraft within the sims. However, with Pan Am, it's a little bit closer, mainly because, you know, they're trying to keep the Pan Am side pretty realistic. TWA, like I said, folks, honestly, it's not very realistic. I mean, 730s, they didn't even have 737s. They had a whole lot of MD-80s. And then the 727s went away with the advent of the 757s. So, um, but really a great airline. Crew.paavirtual.com. I'll put that in the chat one more time for you. All right. And also, for those of you curious, since I got airborne in time to pick up the new release for X-Plane 12, we're now 1.2 slash R1, I believe is what they're calling it. So, I am pretty sure I am not doing this right. Just so y'all know. Let me just take 22 Bravo, even though I'm pretty sure I am way in the wrong. Alright, let's get her into the gate. Again, welcome to Hamburg. Great flight, folks. Great flight indeed. Out of Berlin's Tegel airport. Now, the bad thing with X-Plane 12, you don't have the actual instrument approaches available that I could tell. But everything else, nav data provided us to be able to fly it. So we just have to maintain like we would have no glide slope, no localizer, um, or just go to Brandenburg B. All right, folks, we are in the blocks gates and clicking over. All right, we are on the APU. All right, and they are offloading. Folks, again, welcome in. Thank you so much for being with us. It's about a 2 hour stream from Berlin to Hamburg here because we weren't as prepared as we were out of Frankfurt to Berlin. Overall, though, great time with y'all. We are running a little low on time, have a meeting, homeowners association meeting tonight um, that I'd like to be there, see what's coming down the pike. All right, but let's debrief this flight, shall we? All right, first off, click, and yeah, as usual, can't see it. Hang on a second. There we go. Berlin to Hamburg. 300 feet a minute. A little better, but I thought we did better than all of that. That's okay. Hang on a second. Unload. Clear. And clear. And we'll shut that down as well. All right, so let's look at it, shall we? You all have been looking at 448 feet a minute. I kind of say, what? But, you know, hey. How come? Oh, I know why. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be kind of wild because of the change of aircraft and all. But anyway, so we'll take it. 134, everything looks good. Let's see where we touch down. That felt long, and it actually was. Okay. Yeah, we were close to outside the landing zone, so, but we still got off and found our way in here. Huh. Just trying to see what this was all about. All right, so pretty good numbers, folks, overall. I'm not going to be, like I said, a lot of stuff went on to get this to go, and it is what it is. So, but you know what? We had a blast. I hope you did too. Uh, a, enough of a blast that, hang on a second. Let me try something. All right, and I just like closing doors, folks. I've seen these things too many times to fly um, with doors open, and it's actually funny, but then when you're trying to learn, not so funny. All right, let's see if we can't do a rewind, and let's see what this really looked like. Alright, I'm going to speed us up a little bit here. All right, let's see how we did. All right, let's look out the windows here. Let's see how the other side look. That doesn't look too bad. Let's head up to the tower real quick. And then we'll wrap things up, folks. Things usually look pretty decent from here. Tomcat, welcome a bit. Yeah, we floated. You know, they got a little extra time, a little extra rest. You're right. The passengers don't care. Yeah, we floated, and I think I flared just, again, a bit too much. But anyway, folks, what a wonderful day flying for Clipper. Pan Am. And like I said, always a nice landing, though. Appreciate it there, Tomcat. Appreciate it. Folks, tomorrow we're going to be at Palma de Marco Airport. We're going to try this again and fly up to Santiago. And then head over to New Zealand for a flight to Queensland as the destination of the month for Millennium Aviation. So, but I hope y'all enjoyed this great day of Clipper action, Pan Am, Frankfurt to Berlin, Tegel, then over to Hamburg where we're at. So, folks, I hope you all enjoyed. God bless you all. We will see you, tomorrow. See you then. Well, we had a crash to desktop, folks. So, well, hopefully they'll figure out what caused that or if it was just me. Enjoy, folks. God bless.